let's talk about networking a bit. And, it's something that people have heard about for sure. I know it makes a lot of people uncomfortable, that pesky little word. I mean, I got to put myself out there. How do I? Is it different if you're in role and thinking about getting opportunity ready? What are the basic tenets of networking that one who's in role and wants to be prepared should be thinking about and doing?
I'm glad you brought that up because networking should just be a factor in your career, period. Because once you get to this level, I'm going to put it out there. Most of you are going to get your jobs through networking. That's how you're going to get your job. You know, the old adage, it's about who you know. We've always grew up with that. Well, put that on steroids because today, if you're in the market, it's everything about who you know. So part of being ready throughout your career, listen, like Tony said, I hear all the time, I hate networking. I don't know how to network. And I talk to many executives when I tell them the best way to get a job, we're going to talk about networking, is that don't have a network. I've ignored it. LinkedIn is a social site. No, it isn't. Okay. You're, it is not a social site. It is a business site. It's the only place people are going to find you when they're looking to recruit you. So networking is something that encourage your kids if they're starting off in a career because when they need a network, it is the best way for you to have that career insurance. So you should always be networking. Now, what does that mean? That means connecting to people that you have worked with in the business world, people that you want to share information with. Um, I say go to everybody you've ever worked with because think about it, all of you, all the people you've worked with in your career could all be at other companies now that you might really be interested in and would like an opportunity with. And how great would it be for you to pick this company and realize you know people there and they're willing to make an introduction for you?
Mhm.
That's that's the brass ring, right? So what does it mean? The old days doesn't mean you have to go to some hotel with strangers and stand around there and try to make small talk and you don't know what to say to people and everybody hates that, okay? Except the three people who are chewing your ear off and this person you didn't want to meet anyway. So it is connecting with a business community. It is like Harriet mentioned earlier. Be active on LinkedIn, be a thought leader, offer something. People like to connect to people that they could help each other and get information. You know, we have our executive suite in LinkedIn. You could meet lots of other business people through there, share information because when you need them, they'll be there for you. So it's something, it's a continuum. It's not just now, and that's another way to be opportunity ready. And when you get random calls from recruiters, build a relationship. They'll be your best friends later on. Don't miss out on connecting to people.
Mhm.
It's all insurance for the future, truly.
Well
And think
said.
about it. What if somebody you worked with years ago that you loved, that was great, and they called you and said, Bob, would you make an introduction for me? I'm in the market. I'm looking for, of course you would. If it was somebody that you worked in, it was great. You'd be happy to do it. And then it's going to turn around and come to you. So always think about building a network. It's not selling, it's sharing information. LinkedIn is not Facebook. Have a professional picture on there. Be a subject matter expert. Be somebody who posts things that people are interested in, where you're adding value. That will all help and come back to help you when you're on your job. And it's all about who you know.
Harry, anything you want to add to
I
complement
was just
what's
thinking, follow the thought leaders. Find out who are the thought leaders. With all of the IT folks I coach, there's a professor by the name of Pascal. I can't remember his last name now, but in any event, he posts every day. I mean, there's a newsletter and so on. He has so many followers, like in the millions, and he has so many connections that LinkedIn won't allow him to have any more connections. But he openly publishes his obvious personal website and email address. But think about it, if you reposted one of his articles with your thoughts, that goes out very widely. And you're learning at the same time. I mean, he really is one of the thought leaders. His first book was called Irreplaceable, meaning that with AI, which is one of the areas that he's an expert in, and machine learning, what is the role of a human in all of this? That at the end of the day, on some level, humans are irreplaceable. We can leverage all of this technology. However, you need to be there. So that's the other thing. And I think Stacy's spot on. The other is networking is reciprocal. So who can you help? Who do you know? Who might come to you who's that recruiter that may have something that you're not interested in, but you think of someone that you could refer to that person. So it's all about maintaining and building relationships. And for those that are still employed, what relationships can you leverage right now that will help you in your present role and still be with you for the long term? That's also important, and reach across industries. I've had people, in United Way who have volunteered and realized, oh, I'm volunteering with the CEO of such and such company. And so when the time came, he just asked that individual, can I have your counsel and your ideas of what I should do next? Lo and behold, he was introduced to several people. So, yes, it's about profession, but don't forget about your personal interests and your community service things that you might be involved in, even through your corporation.